Both of Indigenous heritage and a practicing scientist, this is a tension that I live with all of the time. And the way that I think about it is that science is, of course, or can be, a really, really powerful tool for sustainability. And I don't want to take anything away from that. But one of the reasons that science is so powerful in its explanatory power is also its limitation, in that when we have this strictly materialist, reductionist worldview that explicitly separates the scientist as observer and that which we observe, let's say nature, that separation between the observer and the observed is supposed to give us great rationality and objectivity, right? And it can, if the questions that we're asking are how does it work? If the questions are reductionist, if the questions are, well, essentially true, false hypothesis testing, science is a great tool. But the issues that we face today lie at this nexus of land and people. It's all about relationship. The questions that are important are, to some extent, how does it work? We have to know that. But the more important questions are of relationship. And strict objectivity is not going to get us where we need to be if science very explicitly separates values from outcomes. And the crises that we face, I think, are at root crises of values and relationship and orientation. Then science can't be the only tool. And Vine Deloria and other wonderful elders were often talk about the fact that we human people have four ways of knowing, at least. Frank Cajete, the great Pueblo scholar, talks about the fact that we human people have the gift of intellect that science engages. We have the mind, we have the body, we have emotion, and we have spirit. And science explicitly excludes emotion and spirit as valid ways of knowing. So to me, using traditional knowledge and science together means that we can then re-engage our spiritual ways of knowing, our emotional ways of knowing, and bring those to bear in environmental problem solving as well. Science can be a bit of an intellectual monoculture. What we're really advocating for in the Center for Native Peoples, and many Indigenous scholars make this case as well, is for an intellectual pluralism, to bring all of our ways of knowing together, mind, body, emotion, and spirit. Just because science is a powerful tool doesn't mean that it's the only tool. And it's exciting to see a resurgence of other ways of knowing.